Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the Silly Goose Sports Talk. I am Big T.
I'm skipping before we get into today's episode. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because it helps us be our latest take of the latest sports news. Now, you may be wondering where the redhead might be, but that is because he's taking a short break to work on college stuff. So, not fully sure when he'll be back,
He'll be back.
but he'll be back. The redhead never goes away for too long.
We're not firing.
Yeah, you're fired, Brandon. If you're seeing this, you're out of here. You're gone.
Nah.
Bye-bye.
He'll be back. I just wish he was here to talk about that game. Because maybe this is a strategic plan for him to get out of talking about Thursday night.
Yeah. All right.
That was bad.
I'm gonna do a Steelers spiel just real quick.
All right.
All right. Listen. Somehow, it was a bad week in Pittsburgh. As well. It was our bye week. We were on bye week, which is awesome. I didn't have to watch the Steelers play another crappy game, so that's cool. But everybody in the division won.
So the thing about bye weeks is you don't want to have it too early because if it's crunch time in the season, you don't get a break.
For sure. For sure.
Washington has bye week in like week 14 or something like that. So I don't know. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. But everyone in our division won, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, but
we didn't lose. But we did not lose a game, so that's awesome. Steelers are also next week are we playing the 3-3 Rams. We'll see where that goes.
3-3 right now.
Yeah, that's why I just said the 3-3 Rams. So I hope.
No, Pittsburgh's 3-3, right? I don't know.
Pretty sure they're 3-2. They're 3-2.
Yeah, good on it. Well, Washington recovered from a disastrous Thursday night performance, which. After this game this past Sunday, Thursday night, kind of looked like a fluke because Washington actually won, beating the Falcons 24-16, forcing 3 interceptions by Desmond Ridder. The defense actually performed for once, so I'm very happy to hear about that, to watch that. And yeah, nothing too special on the offensive side other than Sam Howell. He actually looked pretty decent for once as he went 14 for 23, 151 yards, and 3 passing touchdowns. You want to get those yard numbers up, but getting 3 touchdowns there was pretty nice. Terry McLaurin got 6 receptions for 81 yards. You saw him actually break out and do something, and which I didn't expect him to put up massive numbers this year because, he's that number 1 receiver, and they're always going to put their number 1 defensive guys up on him. Yeah, Curtis Samuel getting a touchdown. That was one of his 4 receptions, 42 yards. And Brian Robinson received for a touchdown, and he had 2 receptions for 25 yards on top of 10 carries, 31 yards. And Antonio Gibson also got a touchdown. That was a 1-yard touchdown, but yeah, that was kind of cool. But yeah, and then running the ball, at least they tried it. It wasn't the most effective, as they only got like 80-some, less than 100 yards on the ground, if my math serves me right, which usually it does not. But either way, Washington comes home with a 24-16 win over the Atlanta Falcons, and they will be facing off against the Giants next week. I think this team does not have the offensive line to blow anybody out, but I'm fairly confident that Washington can get this game. However, the Giants in their own right almost beat the Bills, who we got trounced by a few weeks ago. However, the Giants do have a nice story right there. It's Tyrod Taylor. I don't know how much you know about him, Virginia Tech legend. Tyrod Taylor almost led the Giants to that win. But you know what happened there. Those no call on a pass interference reminded me a lot of Jahan Dotson against the Giants last year, Sunday Night Football. I don't know if you remember that one, but I was rightfully very upset about that one. But yeah, that really reminded me of that, and it's like, nice to see the other teams get screwed. Not just us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all for the Commanders this week. We'll see them play the Giants. I got them winning 31-17, something in that ballpark.
Hmm.
I don't see their offense doing too much.
Yeah.
And the offense didn't do much for them this past week. So, and with Washington's defense doing really well, I don't see them shutting them out. I don't see them holding them that much. I see them definitely getting garbage time points. But if Washington gets started strong, I feel like that's another one in the win column.
Yeah.
But that will conclude football for the week. Before we talk about college football.
Yeah. All right, college football-wise, Penn State this past Saturday night, the Nittany Lions were hungry, very hungry for blood. So they went to UMass and they absolutely kicked their faces in. Penn State won 63-0. The winning streak continues with a 6-0 record. I believe we are third in the Big Ten right now. We will be facing Ohio State next week. I suspect that will be a win.
I think that's going to be a close game. That's going to be a really close game.
I feel it'll be a close one, but I think it will be a win. I think we can definitely kill them. UVA this week.
I don't think we're going to kill them. Ohio State is...
Yeah. Okay.
I will give them Maryland took Ohio State deep and had a shot in the second half, but I don't know.
Okay. UVA-wise, this week the Cavaliers are starting to turn stuff around as they beat the 4-2 William and Mary. They ended up taking him out with a 13-27 win. Not bad, all things considered. This helps the record just a bit as they are now 1-5.
Hey, buddy, I don't think you realize this. William and Mary is not a Division I school. They're FCS. They're not FBS. They are FCS.
What? I thought it was the William and Mary tribe.
Yeah, they're FCS. I think they are. They should be.
So, hold on.
William and Mary is in the Colonial Athletic Association, which is in the FCS.
We played the William and Mary tribe.
Yeah, I mean they beat them as they should, but an FBS team.
Jay, a win's a win, Jagoff.
Look, a win is a win, but that's not a win to be proud of.
It's a win. It's a win.
Hey,
shut your mouth.
They got a win. Tech couldn't beat JMU. Well, JMU is a powerhouse, however, but still.
JMU is pretty good.
JMU. Actually, let's talk about JMU.
Let's talk about JMU.
But holy moly, JMU is doing typical JMU things, except this time they're doing it in the FBS. They finally move up to a stunning 5-0 record, and they look to be getting some good old rankings points. They beat Georgia Southern 41-13, and they should be in the rankings next week if they smack. They're playing Marshall. I like our family likes Marshall.
The Marshall Thunder.
Conflict of interest right here. I want Marshall to win, but at the same time, I want JMU in the rankings. So
yeah,
gotta give JMU on this one. I love Marshall. I love my herd, but I want to see the local boys doing good things. But yeah. On the other side of the local side of things, you got Virginia Tech actually smacking Wake Forest by a final score of 30-13. So good on them. Lost season right here. They just got to develop that young talent, and maybe in a few years they can start contending again. Maryland, this is the stretch I was worried about. After that working themselves to death against Ohio State, they kind of have a letdown game against Illinois, falling 27-24, but that was a poorly coached game. I don't know. I just feel like they could have won that game, but they just didn't happen. But yeah, that will conclude our college football segment for the evening, and we will start things off with baseball.
Baseball, okay.
As the Orioles...
The playoffs have been insane.
Yeah, to say the least. The Orioles, remember how they had the longest stretch of not getting swept? That died in the playoffs. That was bad. That was really bad.
Hey, you're not the only one who got their crap kicked in. You're not the only one.
Absolutely not. My World Series.
Do you just want to go for the entire? Do you just want to go for what's going on right now?
Well, right now they're in the championship series.
Well, I was just saying we go for the entire thing. All right, so Houston wins 3-1 against the Titans. Cups. I'm not sure what that logo is. I don't know what.
The Phillies beat the Houston.
Yeah, that's what I feel that is. All right, so the Houston Astros win 3-1, and then the Texans beat the Royals 3-0. God rest their soul. So they will be facing off. I believe Texas is currently leading Houston.
They're leading the Astros by a 2-0 series.
Yeah.
And as they stand right now, the Phillies, who lead the series after winning game one.
First of all, Phillies somehow, some way, beat the Braves, the objectively best team in the MLB right now. The thing is, 3-1.
Even though the Braves, one thing that I have been seeing recently is that the Braves are a regular season team. I love them. That team is built for destroying teams in the regular season, which they did. And there is not a bad player on that roster. But putting it together in the postseason has really been something they've struggled with for a while.
Just kind of weird.
Like in 2019, I remember it very vividly when they ended up taking the series to Game 5 against the Cardinals. And, I remember it very vividly. I was in my room listening to it on the Amazon Echo. And it was bad. They lost 13-1.
Yeah.
And by the time it was 10-0,
it was very bad.
The Cardinals put up 10 runs in the first inning, and I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to UCAT tonight. I'm not going to watch the end of this game. But we all know what happened to those Cardinals. They got swept by the Nationals, who won the World Series that year. So, all's well in the end. But, yeah, the Braves ended up losing the NLCS, blowing a lead in 2020. Ended up actually winning it all in 2021, which kind of invalidates what I was going to say earlier. But losing to the Phillies 2 years in a row, I think is kind of concerning. I don't know if it's something about Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Nick Castellanos, those guys getting real hot. And just, I don't know, but Atlanta just did not have it in the playoffs this year or last year. And it seems the Phillies have their number. So, unless they can fix something up or just not run into Philly in the playoffs next year, I don't see anything changing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll see, though. We'll see.
We do have hockey started up this week, and it was less than desirable start for the Capitals, who you can talk about the winning side of that game. Well, I'll talk about the Capitals side, which there's not much to talk about. Absolutely nothing. There was no production whatsoever. It started off kind of wasn't too sluggish until Pittsburgh decided to pull away. But what's your take?
Yeah. All right. On the first week or on game one. Well, game one it was against the Blackhawks 4-2. That was a loss.
No. Oh, never mind. I thought they were playing the Caps game one. Never mind. My bad.
Caps. Everything was looking good. Everything was coming together. Penguins fans to the steps right outside of Capital One Arena. What a way to start. What a way to start.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Capitals fan. Penguins on top, baby.
The Caps did end up taking out the Calgary Flames in a shootout last night. I was half asleep when it happened.
Hey, funny enough, we also beat the Flames 5-2.
Hey, nice.
So that's cool. It's cool, you Flames.
Yeah.
We are currently first in the Metropolitan Division, so that's nice. That's cool.
Yeah, nice. The Caps right now are 7th in the division. I think
rest
that's going to
yourself.
change in the next game or two. I feel like, yeah, they're going to be playing against the Senators tomorrow night. I don't know if the Senators are going to be any good because they decided to be they're really bad historically, and then the past 2 years that I haven't followed it, there's been a lot of changes. I don't know if they're good or not because I haven't followed it.
Mm. Well, yeah.
But now that hey, if the Commanders keep losing and the NASCAR season plays out the way that it keeps going, it looks like I'll be watching the Caps every night. But yeah, the NASCAR race was honestly a pretty good race. You had it was Vegas, yeah, it was Vegas. Um, you had Bell edging out Larson for the pole. Then we're gonna skip most of the race stuff. Decent race. You had then Larson barely beating Christopher Bell, who pretty much ran him down a couple seconds back late in that race and made it interesting in the end. But the biggest headline was after the race when Ryan Blaney's car got disqualified for something with one of the shocks on the car or something like that. And then I read on Twitter this morning, NASCAR unpenalized him because one of their equipment things in the inspection process was doinked up or something like that, and there was some sort of issue with that. So the NASCAR with penalties is more indecisive than my sisters on what to cook for supper.
On what?
They're NASCAR is more indecisive about penalties than my sisters are on what to cook for dinner.
Do they cook?
A little bit.
Timmy, are you a chef? Are you
here.
a cookist? Oh yeah,
I'm a kitchen worker in fast food, buddy. What do you think?
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
It's so true.
The most creativity I have is in the morning before breakfast ends, and it's in the sluggish side. It's about like 8 o'clock ish. Nobody's in at 8. There's the 7 o'clock rush. There's the 9 o'clock rush. There's nothing at 8. So
that's kind of weird.
When the old round of eggs go bad after 10 minutes, after that you have to have a new round every 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm throwing on the new round of scrambled egg, that whole thing. So what I do on the griddle thing is I pour the egg out of the little carton thing, and it's there. And then once the bottom thing solidifies, I use these little spatula things. I roll it up into a little omelet thing, fold it in half towards like a worm snake looking thing, and then I just chop it up. And then I use my spatula, get the little thingy. It's called the thingy, the egg thing. And then plop them in there, put it in the warmer, and then the burritos and chicken balls are egged up.
Is that how you're supposed to do it?
No, they're just supposed to scramble them around.
Oh, but you're doing it in a fancy way.
I get creative with it because I got nothing else to
do. Nice. I mean, why not? All right. Are you ready for some dad jokes?
On the biscuits. I pull the biscuits out of the oven and I slather the butter on there.
Nice. That does sound good.
How did we get over? How did we get?
I'm not sure. Because you said your sisters cooked, and I asked you about cooking. I completely forgot how we got here.
I don't know how we got here, but I know how we're gonna get out of here by talking about the potatoes of the week.
The potatoes of the week. All right, we can talk about potatoes of the week. I just want to tell one dad joke since we're skipping here for that. Timmy.
Oh, whoops.
Timmy. So my wife recently divorced me because I'm not American enough. But you know what, Timmy? I saw it from a kilometer away. Anyways, let's talk about potatoes, shall we? Also, I do realize it's a kilometer. I'm stupid, alright?
That was traumatic.
Hey, Timmy. Potato of the week. 49ers and the Eagles, because I think it's hilarious that they both lost.
Niners had a shot to win at the end. I don't know what happened
didn't.
In this game.
Yeah, I think that's funny.
I was half asleep when that happened.
Jag off of the week, Timmy. Even though it's an off week. Do you want to guess who it is?
Matt Canada.
Matt Canada.
I didn't even look at the script. I didn't even look.
Disgusting. Alright, Sweeptoe of the Week. The Diamondbacks for sweeping the Dodgers. Thank you, Diamondbacks. You've done the world a service.
Absolutely.
You really have. Silly Goose Week. I don't know if you learned about this, but I'll talk about this for a minute. So, my sister's playing like a billion clubs. She's out of college now.
Yeah,
well,
I saw something on Instagram. She was like treasurer or something cool like that.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. So there's a very old Irish sport called hurling, alright? And
curling?
And there's a hurling club.
You have like the ice with the little ball thing.
No, that's curling. That is curling. That's curling.
Dang, I was about to say, if this is ice bowling, I need to go to one of those games.
There's something called, well, this is even cooler than ice bowling. This, my friend, is called hurling. Hold on, I have a stick over here. Let me get this. Alright,
well, he's
this, my friend, is a hurling stick. So, hurling is basically a mix between rugby, lacrosse, hockey, soccer. It's like a 2,000-year-old sport. It's very old. And somehow, Aaron was bamboozled into joining the Irish hurling team. And apparently, she scored full 4 goals. Or something insane like that.
Is that a non-contact sport? Because
it is a contact sport. It's a big contact sport.
Whoa!
It's not like you're supposed to tackle, but it's kind of it's more
shoving. How is she not snapped in half?
I don't know. It's not like you're not supposed to tackle people, but you can shove. Like the only padding they have is a helmet. It's not more tackling. It's more of you're swinging a massive wooden stick around with these really hard balls. Yeah, it's a really cool sport. You should look it up. Irish hurling. This is called a hurley. You're gonna love what the name of the ball is. It's kind of like the size of a baseball. They're called schlitters or schliatars. It depends. I've heard it called both. But you can imagine what I hear when these Irish guys are commentating the sport.
Especially with that accent.
Oh look, he hit the schlitter. Schlitter right in between the eye rights. Oh, that's going to be a 7 points. He's pumping his fist. He slammed that schlitter right between them.
So,
you can imagine. You can use your imagination there.
So to veer off from talking about Ireland, let's talk about the country. Let's talk about the country music charts.
Whoa, man, your transitions are crazy today.
I know, right? It's like I've actually worked on things to say. But, not really much going on in the bottom of the charts right here. And, dang, there's like nothing notable.
There's a bunch of nothing here.
I mean, you have Truck Bed Hardy, which belongs on Rock Radio, number 30. Dak Bryan and Casey Musgraves continue their trudge up to the higher ends of the charts. They're still at number 32. I don't see that one hit number 1, even though it already did on Billboard. Jelly Roll and Lainey Wilson, Save Me, up 2 spots, number 16. Can we have some movement here, please? Oh, Girl in Mine, Parmalee drops 6 spots, number 9. Religiously by Bailey Zimmerman drops 4 spots, number 4. That was a good one. Dustin Lynch, Stars Like Confetti, up 2 spots, number 7. I was all over that song Party Mode last summer. Like, you remember that one?
Yeah.
I was all over that song. Need a Favor hangs tight at number 6. God Gave Me a Girl by Russell Dickerson moves up 3 spots to number 8. Fast Car, Luke Combs jumps up a spot to number 4. Now here's the movement I've been looking for. Morgan Wallen, Thinking About Me, up 4 spots, number 3. And number 2, we have Try That in a Small Town, Jason Aldean. And at number 1 is our favorite strawberry wine knockoff. What's it called?
Oh, freaking Watermelon Moonshine. Yeah. Yucky. Ooh, disgusting.
Everyone's better.
Well, yeah, because have you ever actually had moonshine? It's terrible.
I will not.
You're
confirm
insane if
anything.
you like
I will
moonshine.
not answer that
You're
question.
wrong. You're wrong. You're simply wrong. Oh,
I'm a
so.
NASCAR fan. I have to appreciate moonshine. That's all I'll tell you, buddy.
Alright. I have you might have seen this on Facebook today because all the moms went a little crazy. Alright, so you know The Voice, it's that one music show where the people go, "Oh, he sung good. Hit button. I like
Yeah.
you're mine now."
Yeah, like the one
Alright,
where Blake
so
Shelton pisses everybody off, where he takes everyone off. You know?
pretty much. And so we recently had a Fredericksburger, a local, go on the show. Huntley.
Oh.
Your mom probably knows about it. You should probably look it up. So Huntley, all four coaches, as soon as he started, he has a really kind of Chris Stapleton-esque to him. Like he has a really, really good voice. Like pull it up now. It's just Huntley the Voice. Is what I would do. No, and he's a local. Apparently at an Italian station, the one by the hotel. They made a special drink for him, which I think is kind of cool.
What song did he say? Oh, Black
He said,
Crows.
"She talks to angels."
I like Black Crows. Oh,
Can you pull it up?
yeah. But what team did he join? These things won't let me see.
It's just The Voice. Huntley's 4-chair performance of "She Talks to Angels" had us the coaches fighting.
Gwen Stefani, wow. Reba, now Horn's on there now? Who else is on there?
Have you actually heard him singing?
No, I'm going to do that after the show. Oh, he's on Niall Hornson. So all the...
Alright, let's wrap up then.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much all we got for this dear week, other than what's the mighty honker of the week?
Oh. Don't worry about a thing. Life's too short to be stressed, my friends. That song slaps, by the way. Also, I have my Skippy quote of wisdom that I learned from literature class today. To become a great writer, Timmy, you must be addicted to opioids, the opium. You have to be on the drugs to be a great writer. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not in that demographic.
To become a great poet, Timmy, you must be on opium. This is what I've learned today.
What if I don't want to be a poet?
Well, you're gonna be one, man.
Well,
also, what I would do to be a locust eater. What I would do. Anyways, that's all we have for you.
Well, we do have
pretty lovely
my
boys
album
and
of
girls.
the week will be an old rock classic. I don't know if you know these guys. The album we're looking at is "Damaged" by Black Flag from 1981.
It's not really ringing a bell, but
you don't know Black Flag?
I've probably heard of Black Flag.
Your dad would know who Black Flag is.
He probably would. I'll check him out.
Ask your dad about Black Flag.
Aye, Kevin. But alright.
That will conclude today's broadcast.
Perfect. Alright, well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Goose Sports Talk. And with that, we're gonna send you on your way. What do we say at the end of every show, Timmy?
What do we say?
Keep on honking.
Yes, sir.